Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you an Order of the Exorcist Mystic build guide in Baldur's Gate 3 for level 20. The Mystic got an update with the Mystic expanded mod and it now has this new subclass, the Order of the Exorcist. So, this is sworn to protect the realms from evil. They can cast their minds outside the afterlife, communing, commanding, and vanquishing wayward spirits, which gives us the Summoner of Spirits, which lets us summon in different amounts of summons that can do different types of attacks. Like there's a mage version, there's an occultist version. I'll show these all off in this video. And you get one at level 3, and at level 17 you get 5 of these. So each day you'll be able to summon an amount of spirits equal to your at no cost, so it doesn't use up your spell points or psi points. In addition, we also have the spirit coercion, so convince a spirit to fight alongside you. And then on top of this, we also get spirit communion, so you can commune with the spirit of humanoid, allowing it to answer up to 5 questions. So this is speak with the dead. We also get the puppet master. Your control over spirits strengthens, increasing the power of the summons. And ward against evil, which gives our spirit ward, becomes more potent. Allies cannot be frightened, possessed. Undead will have disadvantage on attack rolls against us, and this acts for 10 turns. In addition, we also get the commander spirits, which you increase the power of your summons even further. And we get the purification ritual, so sanctify a target area, granting allies inside resistance to all damage. Pretty powerful. Now, we also get to choose some cantrips. I would recommend Mind Thrust and Energy Beam. These are just the strongest to choose. I also like to keep it with a Psychic Assault at the start. Our Psychic Crush becomes one of our most powerful spells at later levels. In addition to this, we also can use the Resonance Stone in Act 2 to double the damage of our Psychic attacks. And also Psychic Blast hits in a huge area, 8d8 of Psychic, really useful. And early game Psionic Blast is also very useful. And we get ourselves the choice of a class passive, and I think that keeping the Mastery of Life and Death just fits perfectly thematically with this. We get the Energy Drain, which is a concentration you can continue to attack with. We also get Vitality Swap, which allows us to swap our health with a targeted ally teammate, so you can buff up your teammate's health or take from them. We also have the Negative Energy Burst, 66 of Necrotic, and summon a burst of negative energy. Creatures take 6 to 36 Necrotic, and Undead gain 16 temporary health. Constructs are unaffected. We have the Positive Energy Burst, which does healing, and Undead take 6 to 36 radiant damage. And then we also got ourselves the Positive Energy Flood, which does 5d6 of healing and 5d6 of radiant damage to targets. So pretty interesting. Now for our ability scores, I think it's best to split ourselves between our dexterity and intelligence. This is going to give us higher armor class and initiative, and then intelligence at our main spellcasting modifier. Now I'll be going over all the gear for this build near the end of this video, as well as showing off the combat, so you can stay tuned for that. Level 2, we get the telepathy. We can look into the peer into our target's mind. And also, whenever we spend psi points, we can use a bonus action to heal hit points equal to 1 plus your half mystic level. So at level 20, that's 11 health. At level 3, we get the ability to cast 3 psi point spells. We also get a choice of another cantrip. I'm a big fan of Mind Slam, which can knock targets prone. And then for our next class passive here, we can choose one of the different disciplines here. There's some useful ones, like Third Eye can be pretty nice just for outside of combat, because we already got a lot of good combat abilities. But we can also, for the thematic purposes, go with the Soul Reaper, which gives us the Soul Harvest, and most importantly Soul Eater, which will heal whenever we take a target down to 0 health. We actually get ourselves the psi points back, which is a 13d8 necrotic, which is a pretty good chance of taking out targets. We also get the Doom ability, which can make it so the target can regain health points. Movement speed is halved, and it loses all resistances to damage, which is really nice on certain fights that have enemies that resist everything you throw at them. At level 3, we get the Strength of Mind, gain proficiency in a saving throw of your choice. And we get to choose a feat, which I think the best choice, Intelligence Boost from the ability score increase. So that is nice. At level 5, we can spend upwards of 5 psi points at a time, and we get to pick another mastery. Now, a lot of these come down to your personal preference. Like if you got a team built around water, like a Storm Sorcerer perhaps, or Tempest Cleric, Mastery of Ice can work good, but I also really like the Mastery of Time, because this can give you the Acceleration Zone, which is a haste zone, so you make an area, your entire team gets hasted. Very effective. And a lot of other effective uses here, which can kind of synergize. We got a lot of psychic damage, we want to use that as well as necrotic damage. So level 6, our summons become more powerful, and Spirit Ward becomes more potent. So very nice power up. But our next choice here, we get the ability to spend 6 psi points at a time. Intellect Fortress is fun, but there's 63 different psionic disciplines here, so there's a lot that are interesting. I also like to go with like the Psychic Disruption here, which can do a bit more psychic damage. So distracting haze can reduce the target's visibility. This can incapacitate a creature. This can do 68 of necrotic and give disadvantage on saving throws until the end of the next turn to enemies. So this can be good for setting up if you have another teammate that does spell casting with things like hold person or command. You're much more likely to land those there. At level 8 we get the sonic strikes. Whenever we attack we can deal additional 8 damage. I think it's best to continue with our intelligence. However, you can go with alert for the +5 to initiative. That is also quite good. At level 9 we get ourselves the ability to spend 7 side points at a time, so we unlock pretty much all the most powerful abilities here. So this can be pretty nice, giving 6 creatures a extra action on their next turn for 6 side points. Pretty effective. There's also some other abilities, the Mantle of Courage being a pretty fun one, but another really nice one is the Crown of Disgust, which gives us the ability to cut our movement speed in half. We also have the Wall of Repulsion, which can reduce movement speeds to 0. Visions of Disgust, which will do damage over time with a 1d6 psychic. It could be a 2d6 psychic if there's an enemy nearby. And also the World of Horror, which can frighten a creature. This is really fun, but also going with the Mantle of Courage for that ability to give extra actions to 6 targets is really useful, because we also have summons that we can apply that to. With the Consumptive Power here, level 10, tap into your own life force, regaining 7 side points, reducing your maximum hit points by 7. That's like a last ditch resort. And then we also get a choice of cantrip, which Psychic Hammer can be nice for the push or pull. The cantrips here are actually very powerful, so nice to have. Level 11 we get the Sonic Mastery. We can get a free cast basically, and then level 12 we get ourselves another feat and another choice of what spells we want. So we can go with the Crown of Disgust here to get that nice frighten spell and deal psychic damage. We can also go with the +5 to initiative from alert. That's pretty useful to have. And then I guess that's up to level 12 and up to 20. Level 13 just to level up, get more health, the regular. But then level 14 is when we get our extra benefits, and we also get the Sonic Strike doubled to do a 2d8 of psychic. And we also get the Commander of Spirits, so our spirits become much stronger. And we also get the Purification Ritual, so this is very, very powerful. Sanctify the target area, granting allies inside resistance to all damage. I don't even have to go into detail about why that's good, but we can continue on and choose some more passives. So this is at level 14, or going into 15. We can also add in the Fighter and get Action Surge as well as armor proficiencies. So that can be a nice choice. You could also start with the Fighter to get yourself Constitution saving throw proficiency. And there's a lot of other options. Like you can add in the Rogue Thief for, like, you can go 2 levels of Fighter and then a 3rd level of Rogue Thief for the extra bonus action. I'm just going to go with this all the way just to show off what can be possible with level 20 Mystic. But again, you can go and add in 2 levels or even 3 levels of the Fighter, give yourself the Champion Fighter, and then take 3 levels of Rogue Thief for the extra bonus action. So you'll get Action Surge and an extra bonus action for very, very nice amount of damage. Another really useful one is Celerity here, which gives us a bonus action Surge for 5 side points, and this gives it an extra action. Very useful, so he can cast another spell. And a few other useful benefits here, which can increase movement speed and things like that. So that one is also great because you can apply it to your teammates. And then at level 16 we get another feat. Now there's a few choices we can go with. We could take like the Ritual Caster if you want to learn spells, but even Spell Sniper to learn Eldritch Blast is not a bad idea. And at this level we can get 4 beams. Warcaster to gain advantage on saving throws and maintain concentration, and a reaction can also be quite useful. We can also go with like the I guess ability score improvement. Dexterity is never a bad idea, or Constitution. I have the Constitution amulet, so we're going to go Dexterity for the highest amount of armor class we can get. At level 17 we get to choose another cantrip, and you can go with like the Mystic Hand, which is like a mage hand. Nice to have. And then at level 18 we get another choice in class passive. There's quite a few here, but even going with like the Transcendent form can be nice. So has more so melee attacks. This one actually did change a bit. The Master of Gravity is another nice one, giving us the spatial compression, which can compress and distort space around, slowing targets within. This does not require concentration, so it's a very nice one to add in. And a few other spells that'll deal force damage, which is the least resisted damage type, so it's never a bad idea to add that in. At level 19 we get to choose another feat here, and we can just max Dexterity or max your Constitution. And then for the final level we get ourselves the Sonic Body. So your Mastery of Sonic Powers grants you resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage, as well as immunity to poison. You become immune to being diseased or poisoned. Very effective. Again, you could also add in the Fighter and the Rogue Thief for some extra usefulness there, but what this looks like in terms of gear. So we can go with the Hood of the Weave for +2 spell attack roll and spell save DC, cloak protection, evasive shoes, and ring protection for just increased armor class, the Robe of the Weave for +1 spell save DC, and also +2 to armor class. And with the shield, we got a nice 24 armor class. I also got the Helldust gloves for +1 to spell save DC, but there's other choice you can go with. Marka Heshker is a great staff because it's going to give us a couple spells that we don't normally get access to for free, and also +1 to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. And also, if you got another caster, I'd give that to them. You can also use the spell Staff of Spell Power here, which will give the same kind of bonuses. I also got the Hellrider Longbow for the +3 to initiative, so that rounds that off. What we want to be doing is when we get into combat, we're going to be summoning in a bunch of different abilities here, so I'll show you that. So we can use our Spirit Coercion here to summon in different ones, like a Warrior, so we'll summon that in. And it's a level 5, so it gets the extra attack and also Action Surge. This is cool because we can kind of build our own party if we're going to go solo. So we also got like the Disciple here, and this is going to be somewhat of a monk attacker, open hand. And then we also got the ability to summon in, I like the Occultist is like a warlock. We also got a mage here, so if you want a little extra spell casting, you can go with the mage, and it's like a wizard getting access to some really nice level 3 spells. And these kind of act like party members, so you got these here to help out. Also got the Tracker, which is like a ranger, the Minstrel, which is like a bard, so we'll bring that one in and show it off there. And you can see it's got good crowd control, and also the Bardic Inspiration. So with this, you got a full-on team that can help do your bidding. So yeah, it gets pretty crazy. I guess we'll summon in the Warlock version of that as well. So the Occultist gets the Eldritch Blast, Hex, and other things too. So yeah, it's kind of a nice mix of classes here. Then you also get your usual cantrips here, and then you can commune with the dead. You got all sorts of spells, making this very, very powerful. I also like the Crypt Lord rings for getting the Create Undead, which is another summon that you can bring alongside you. But you can see here, we got lots of abilities. It's almost too many. But we'll go into a combat encounter and show off what this can do, because it is very strong. Now, your best options are typically your psychic damage spells. So like Psychic Blast can be pretty strong. Getting into battle, we all have very high initiative. So I'm just going to use a cantrip. I'm not even going to use my side points here. Boom. Saving throw failed. Nice. Oh, I took them out. That's no fun. Let's move ourselves. And you can also do the borrowed time, or if you make an acceleration zone, you can just haste your entire team, which is really nice. Here's the Bard, knowing that they can hit, so we'll just bring the squad in. The Monk, the Fighter, which has Action Surge, the Warlock. It's so cool, the amount of summons that you get. And they only get to level 5 once you're level 14, so you're already pretty powerful at that point. So I said you could multi-class out because it's probably strongest to take a few levels in another class. But you got your whole squad here to do your bidding, so back to us. We can use literally like Psychic Crush if we want. We could just one-shot them with that, but I'll be a little bit nicer. I'll just use this Mind Attack there. 58 on him. That's crazy. I'm not even going to use my bonus action. We're too strong. And then we got ourselves Old Person, which is nice because you can use this. 88%. Oh, target out of sight. We got crowd control on these, so really effective. 70% might land, might not. Oh, we landed it. Perfect. And we got a Flourish here, so we can attack with Flourish. Critical hit. Nice. And then our Monk here, which we'll get in. We'll jump it over there and start punching. I guess I used up the bonus action, which I shouldn't have. But we can punch. They don't have Tavern Brawlers, so they're not as strong as the other versions of it. And we got Stunning Strike too, or just our regular attack. Critical hit. And we got our Fighter, which can do some serious work. This will probably take them out. 18. Nope, they're still standing. And bonk again. And I don't even need to use Action Surge. It's too much at this point. And then we got our Eldritch Blaster here, which can also cast things like Scorch and Ray, but we're just gonna Eldritch Blast with advantage. Boom. And it's got Repelling Blast, which is nice. That's pretty funny to see. You can turn that off if you want. And then we got our Mage here, which can drop some serious heat with different spells. Like, I guess we'll just go with our Magic Missile to keep it simple. I don't want to overpower them too much. Still want to show this off. And yeah, they make a nice block, so you can block them from hitting you. Also, we got a no counter spell. Oh, we do got counterspell. Cool, we counterspelled them. That's nice. Being able to shut them down without using your own spells is really effective. And they saved on hold person, so we get to blast them with Psychic Blast. And there's upcasted versions, but oh, that'll take out my whole team. Psychic Crush, we'll go with that. So I'll drop that down, probably. Oh, stunned her, took him out. Perfect. And then our gang here will go ahead with the attacks. Vicious Mockery, cutting words. Nice. Hit her with the Vicious Mockery. We can move our open hand monk up to go and attack and hopefully take them out. We can get a few extra punches in. They aren't too strong, and that's what makes them fun to use, because it's tough when your entire team is super overpowered, but whenever you're like not super overpowered, it works well. So just get the multiple attacks here. Critical hit, nice. This should finish them. Booyah. So our gang's pretty strong. Now I'll show you against the guards, which will have more enemies to fight. So a little pro tip here, we got our acceleration zone. So we can, this used to be a little bit bigger, but what we can do is we can spot this down, and then we get 2 actions in this zone. So that's really nice. Oh, and that started combat, so it is what it is. We'll get a right to blasting here with a Psychic Crush, which will hopefully drop a lot of them and stun the ones that it didn't drop. Wow, it took them all out except for one. That's why this is such a powerful class. You can get this right at the start. And since we have 2 actions, I might just be nice and use nah, you know what? We got more in the fight, so we'll use Sonic Blast here. Could be good. Let's see where. Yeah, we'll go with this Sonic Blast. Or actually, I could probably move up a little bit and Sonic Blast them and hit them all, because this hits in a huge area. Oh, we're just shy of hitting them, so let's see if we can go a little further. I don't want to trigger the Mind Break, because that will happen if we get too close to Baldur's Gate. There we go. Bonk. See us later. And cutting words. Booyah. Nice. That landed, and we can go back to our haste zone. This brought in a lot of different fighters, so that's cool. But we also got we can bonus action heal ourselves. We also got Sonic Mastery Charge, which lets us go ahead with using a spell for free, which is really nice. And we also got our Action Surge here, which can continue the Carnage, which we could go with, giving us 5 psychic points and a 3rd action. It's crazy. So I guess we'll go follow it up with a Sonic Mastery and go with the Psychic Blast, and we can upcast that for free. So why not upcast it, eh? Actually, I might move right to here and try that. Oh, we might actually hit them, but that's fine. No, we'll use this. Yeah, we can get 3 of them. That's perfect. It's all about positioning. Boom. I dropped a couple more of them. Yeah, we're pretty strong. And we got ourselves another action somehow. So I guess I can go ahead and just use a cantrip just to keep it simple. Not enough movement. Let's see, is there anyone that we can hit with it? No, there's not. Sonic Blast? Nope. I guess we can use a Mind Storm here, and we upcast it and we can drop it right here. There's a huge amount of reinforcements right there, so we'll hopefully hit a good number of them. Boom, nice. That's what we wanted. Perfect. All right, very strong. This is the most guards I've ever seen fight against us at once, so this may get a little messy. That's why we had to go hard at the first turn there. They're just gonna volley us because we're all right there. And a Hellish Rebuke, do a little fire damage. That's the nice thing about having like multiple like different classes, like a warlock and stuff there. Deflect missiles, that protected a lot of us. And they're just going to continue to hit us with volleys because we're all in a grouped up area here. And yeah, I guess we can go ahead and go with the punchy punch attacks here. So we'll just punch them. This isn't going to take anyone out, but it's just chipping away damage so we can later get that attack off. And flurry of blows. Nice critical hit. And then I guess provokes the opportunity attack. Nice. Got lucky with that. Got our extra action. The only unfortunate thing is if we go back, we lose our extra action. So we can kind of trick it into doing. Nah, didn't work. Now we got ourselves this one with an extra action. We use up all of our spell slots, unfortunately. They got stunned randomly. And we'll just Eldritch Blast them out of the picture. Nice, that moved them out. And then we can push them back too. Good crowd control, keeping them away from us. Critical hit with that, nice. And then we got our wizard here to actually do some magic with a fireball. And hopefully we can hit a good number of them. Yeah, that's perfect. Good area. Boom! Fireball. And you know what goes good with a fireball? A second fireball. So we're gonna drop it. Boom, drop it like it's hot. There it is. So they're gonna do some more volleys against us or summon in things. This is a lot of summons. I'll speed this up for y'all. Next we got ourselves the Bard up next. So something like hold person can, we'll see if we can get to the edge of our acceleration zone and drop that. Duel, yeah we can. 60, 65, please land. Perfect. And then we can go with a, I guess, vicious mockery. Not gonna be doing a lot of damage, but it's fun. And they saved on it, of course they did. That's fine, we're already damaging them. We'll speed this up again and we're back. So we got some more damage choices here. We could even use the ability that gives haste to our entire team, but that one unfortunately does use a concentration. We already get haste pretty much up here, but psychic damage is what we want to drop. So we got our psychic blast again, which we could use. This will take out 2 of my teammates, so not ideal. We can drop the psychic crush however, and we can even do a free cast of it. So we'll drop this right here and we'll get that third one that's probably not even in the fight. All right, that didn't take them all out. Maybe I should focus on these ones as well then. So we'll go with another psychic crush and we'll drop it right there. We'll hopefully take them out. Stunned one of them, took one of them out, and we'll drop, why not, a third psychic crush. It's just so useful. If we were closer we could drop the resonance stone on them, but that was enough to take them out, so that's all we needed. And we also got the borrowed time, which can give us haste as well, but it makes us lethargic the next turn. And then we got ourselves the free surge of action if we needed a little bit extra damage to go berserk here. And maybe I will try something a little bit crazier. Psychic crush can probably hit both of them if I line it up correctly. It'll hit my monk too. It's a worthwhile sacrifice. We're almost out of side points, but that was it. That is how powerful the Mystic is in Baldur's Gate 3. Order the Exorcist. We're getting ourselves some cool summons. It's fun, and you can get haste on them to make this absolute carnage. So this build can solo the game. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This mod was made by Xhevo on mod.io, and it's a very popular console mod. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.